So as you can see now, we then file up the pieces to get rid of any unevenness, to get rid of any rough edges, make the pieces very flat on the back, and the top edge all the way around gets chamfered so it's nice and rounded, and to stop the wear of the buckle getting the clothes caught and so on. This particular piece of the coupling, the hinge effectively, will have a little bit of engraving on it. Okay, so most parts are then smartened up using emery cloth. Okay, so there we have our two pieces, nicely sanded up. As a general rule, when you're making jewellery and buckles and things like that, you should always sand them while you've got access and get them cleaned up to a nice stage. This is the pin base, which helps to support the pin, and it's decorative too. Now, I do have a Dremel. I don't recommend you use a Dremel for things like this. When you're hand making something, it is best to drill it by hand. But one of the tips, one of the rules, I think, is you must use very sharp tools if you can do it by hand. You can get away with slightly blunter tools with a Dremel, but you should, it's such a soft metal, you should always be using a low speed anyway. A low speed and a sharp bit, just like you're cutting plastic. So the final drill bit that I have used here is a 2.5. I'm just taking a very small amount off. I will show you this. So that's the buckle pin. That's the base for the buckle pin. It needs to be trimmed around now, cut out. But the 2.5mm pin now fits into there perfectly, as you can see. That's where we are with our pieces just now. Okay, so this gives you an idea of where we're headed with it. But it's quite a large buckle, this, so bear that in mind. That is what the customer asked for. So, okay. Okay, so it is difficult to bend metal like this with just your fingers. So I'm just going to use this block here to make sure it's got a good right angle on it. Okay, so there we have our coupling. It needs to be trimmed now, and the remainder of this will be used for the pin. Okay, so that's a typical jewellery saw. The teeth point downwards, so you're cutting on the downstroke effectively. Okay, so we're at the stage now where we've manufactured the D, which is the belt coupling. These ends have been rounded off. I'm now going to add some little detail to that, which is part of the decoration. And I guess if we put it onto the buckle itself, this is kind of where we're headed. Okay. Alright, so this is the stage where the part is open, and you need to remove any nicks and dents that have been introduced into the silver by the process of bending it over and get it all nicely smooth and finished off. Okay, so that's kind of where we are now with it. We've made the D, and we need to make the rivet here on the pin now to stop the pin coming out, and it will be soldered too. So essentially, in order to make the rivet, we've got the silver gripped in a vise with aluminium grips on it. What we're going to do is just hammer the end of the silver wire until it pops over. Now, we've already seen how we had to file the little mount just a tiny bit because the fit would be too tight otherwise. So this is going to fit quite tightly in the plate. that is probably about enough. Okay, just to show you the extent of the rivet head that we made, that's quite a bit. Doesn't look much, but actually it is more than enough to stop it from coming through the hole. It does need tidying up a bit, of course. Okay, so we're now moving on to we're marking the buckle off, and as you can see there, we have drilled the hinges so that we can put the rivets in. So now we need to mark off at least one reference rivet here and here, and then we'll put a reference rivet in, and then we'll drill the other holes out right through the plate, and we will then put all the other rivets in. So to do that, use kind of a fine marker pen like this. So we've marked the centre of the buckle there, and we've got this lined up pretty well along the axis of 40mm from this edge. So you can see here we've now got our two black dots. We're now going to drill it. These are just 1mm rivets. This is also going to be soldered.